Welcome back to Keep It Real Boxing, and a little bit of an update on the video I did yesterday regarding Manny Pacquiao calling out Lomachenko. Now, apparently, like I said, there have been negotiations and discussions taking place about this fight. The main obstacle in making this fight is the weight. Now, there's a couple of articles on boxingscene.com that I want to run through with you guys. One of them was regards to Bob Arum and what he had to say on the whole situation, and also the other one was from Lomachenko's manager, Klimas. Now I'm going to start out by reading Bob Arum's quote to boxingscene.com as to what he said regarding this potential fight between Pacquiao and Lomachenko. So here we go. There had been discussions to fight Lomachenko, but the father of Lomachenko didn't want him to jump 2 weight classes. Lomachenko will fight first at lightweight, and then what we're trying to do is have Manny fight a keep busy fight and then fight Lomachenko in the fall. But the father said to jump from 130 to 140 was a bridge too far, Arum reiterated. Now I'm just going to read out to you guys what Klimas, Lomachenko's manager, said regarding Manny Pacquiao. No, we are not fighting Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is calling out Lomachenko, who is 3 weight classes down the scale from him. Manny Pacquiao is 147 pounds, and he's calling out Lomachenko, who is 130 pounds. That's insane. He's an old man, and Lomachenko beating him takes him nowhere. If the fight happened, they'll all say Lomachenko beat an old man and made him come down in weight. Even if he beats Pacquiao, they'd say he beat an old guy who was basically retired. We want to fight active champions dominating their weight class. Look, we have our own agenda, our own road, our own plans. That's where we're going. There's a lot of champions and good guys at 130 or 135. That's where we're going. Why isn't Pacquiao calling out Terence Crawford? Crawford is moving into Pacquiao's weight class. Why doesn't he call out MIKEY GARCIA, who is at 140? Okay, so there seems to be different points of view coming from Team Lomachenko. You got Bob Arum saying that we're going to keep Manny Pacquiao in a stay busy fight, and then in the fall we'll make the fight against Lomachenko. You've got the father and trainer to Lomachenko saying no, asking Lomachenko to jump up 2 weight classes is too much. And then we've got Klimas, the manager of Lomachenko, saying no, we're not having that fight because Manny Pacquiao's old, and basically Lomachenko won't get any credit for that victory. Now basically, here's how I look at it. After the Lomo Rigo fight, I did an hour-long post-fight video where I didn't accept any excuses whatsoever from Rigondeaux or Rigondeaux fans or his team. I said that in the build-up to the fight. I said, may the best man win, and barring any controversy in the fight, I will give full credit to the winner. Because like I've always said, I'm not a fan of any particular boxer, I'm a fan of boxing itself, and I will always give credit where credit's due. And that's exactly what I did in that video. I gave Lomachenko full credit for his victory over Rigondeaux. He deserved it, There was no bias. I don't do that, I don't do any sort of bias in my channel or in my videos. Plain and simple. I've proven that time and time again, despite what people think. Okay? One of the excuses, should I say, that I rebutted or I shut down in that video was Rigondeaux's age. A lot of people out there were saying Rigondeaux was old, he's too old, etc., all that sort of stuff. And I turned around and said, basically I didn't accept it. I wasn't going to accept that as an excuse. I wasn't going to allow anyone to take credit away from Lomachenko and what he achieved on that night. Okay? Now, here we have Klimas, Lomachenko's manager, saying that Manny Pacquiao's too old, he's an old man, we're not going to fight him, we won't get any credit for it. Okay, fine. But let's look at it this way. Rigondeaux is 37 years of age, or roughly around that mark. Manny Pacquiao is 39 years of age. There's only 2-year difference between Rigondeaux and Manny Pacquiao. But you were more than happy to fight Rigondeaux, who was 37 and technically speaking old, and you were happy to take full credit for that fight. Lomachenko didn't. To be fair, I think Lomachenko played it down a little bit, because he said, he's an old guy. Yeah, I beat him. Hats off to me, but I'm not going to sing and dance about it. So credit to Lomachenko for that. But his team were ranting and raving about it. Bob Arum was, Klimas was, they all were. Yeah? And everyone's given Lomachenko full credit for his victory over Rigondeaux, despite the age thing, yeah? Which I didn't accept it as an excuse anyway, as far as I'm concerned. Rigondeaux called him out. So, as far as I'm concerned, no excuses when you lose. That's on you. You made that decision. Like I said in my video, my post-fight video. Same thing applies here in my opinion. Manny Pacquiao is calling you out. Yeah? If you beat Manny Pacquiao at 140 pounds, they say, look, that's where the fight takes place, if it was to happen, I wouldn't downplay it and start saying, oh, well, he was aging, he's old, etc. Because I'm asking for this fight. As a fan, I'm asking for this fight. I'm saying, I'm not asking, but I would like to see it. If this fight could be made, I'd be like, yeah, great. I've already said it in my last video that I thought this fight should be made and it'd be a great fight. I would love to see it. So I'm hardly going to turn around and say, oh, Lomachenko, beat an old guy. Because I do think Lomachenko beats Manny Pacquiao, I just think he will do it. I don't think he'll run through him. I know some people out there think he'll run through Manny Pacquiao. It'll be a tough fight, but I think Lomachenko would do it. But as a boxing fan, if I'm saying I want to see this fight and it's got my interest, I'm not going to exactly turn around and say if Lomachenko wins that, oh, it's because Manny Pacquiao's old. He's not what he used to be. I'm sorry, but I don't know what other fight fans out there are going to think or what they're going to say. I can only talk about myself. So, in my opinion, you thought it was alright to fight a 37-year-old Rigondeaux and take full credit for it, but you don't want to fight a legend, number 2 pound for pound fighter of his era, his time in boxing, who's still active and wants to fight you, and you'll probably get more credit for beating Pacquiao than you did Rigondeaux. You don't want to fight him because apparently he's too old, when in actual fact he's only 2 years older than Rigondeaux. That's the way I see it. Yeah, in my opinion, and you guys don't have to agree with me. I'm sure loads of people are going to jump on here, slagging me off and hating on me. And I know a lot of people think I'm a hater of Lomachenko, which I'm not, or I'm not a hater of any fighter. I'm just critical. If I see BS, if I see nonsense, I'm going to call it. Yeah, and that's what I'm getting from these reports, these articles, is basically, you're saying it was all right to fight an old Rigondeaux, but you're saying it's not okay to fight a legendary pound for pound fighter, number 2 pound for pound fighter after Floyd Money Mayweather. It's not alright to fight him because he's 39 years of age. But it was alright to fight a 37-year-old Rigondeaux who called you out. As far as I'm concerned, you know what? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't see it. I think I want to see this fight. I'm sure loads of people out there want to see this fight. I've been reading, boxing groups on Facebook, Instagram posts, other YouTube channels. There's a lot of interest. People are actually interested in seeing this fight. So I don't see, how you could turn around and say we're not going to get credit for it because you got credit for the Rigondeaux victory and he's old. So as far as I'm concerned, it sounds like, Manny Pacquiao is willing to come down to 140 from what I understand. Freddie Roach won't allow him to go any lower than 140. Lomachenko's number 1 pound for pound, right? Maybe he has his next fight at 135 and then in the fall goes up and fights Manny Pacquiao at 140. That's the way I look at it anyway. But at this moment in time, there clearly seems to be a few stumbling blocks that are appearing. So one of them's the weight. Lomachenko's father, like I said, his trainer as well, has turned around and said that moving from 130 to 140 is a bit too much of an ask. You got the manager, Klimas, saying we've got our own path. We're looking to fight They're like, you know, we're looking to fight other champions at 130 or moving up to 135, and Manny Pacquiao's too old. Even though, like I just stated, Rigondeaux was also only a couple of years younger than Manny Pacquiao. But it is interesting. It'll be interesting to see who Lomachenko fights next. There was an article also. I'll link all these articles into the description of the video so you can read them yourself, of course. And it's interesting. There's a article where George Linares has stated he's willing to fight either Mikey Garcia or Lomachenko at 135 pounds. So he's up for that. We know Mikey Garcia is willing to come down to 135 to fight either Linares or Lomachenko. Lomachenko says he's willing to go up and fight Mikey Garcia. So the fighters are talking the talk, but it seems like the managers, the promoters, the trainers, all of them are singing a different story. Well, the same story, saying that they don't want a particular fight, but they're all giving different reasons as to why they think that fight shouldn't happen. So, at the moment, hopefully, look, Bob Arum sounds positive, because he seems to be the most positive one out of all of them, where he's saying that in the fall, we could probably potentially make that fight with Manny Pacquiao, not yet, because we need to move Lomachenko up to 135 first, and then on to 140. So, a gradual progression, I suppose, yeah, into 140. To get comfortable with that weight, which makes sense. I understand that, but it seems like the trainer / father and the manager aren't, you know, singing off the same hymn sheet as Bob Arum at the moment. So it looks like there may be an issue in terms of making this fight that so many of us have got excited about. Okay, that's all I've got for this one, guys. As always, like, share and subscribe. Until next time, this is Cypherbox reminding you to keep it real.